Hello, everyone, and welcome to Social Vibes. My name is Emma.
And I'm Bailey. How are you today, Emma?
I'm doing fantastic, Bailey. How about you?
I'm great. I'm really excited because today we're talking about social relations.
That's right. We're going to give you some real English to talk about social relations, exactly the kind of English you'd use in everyday life and hear in movies and TV shows.
Exactly. So why don't you tell us a little bit about today's lesson?
Sure thing. Today, we're going to listen as two friends navigate a social event.
All right, that sounds interesting.
Let's start with our two preview words in the vocabulary preview. The first word we have is icebreaker.
Icebreaker, icebreaker, icebreaker.
So, icebreakers are activities or questions designed to make people feel more comfortable in social settings.
Right. They help get the conversation flowing and make everyone feel more at ease.
Exactly. And our second word is networking.
Networking, networking, networking.
Networking is the process of interacting with others to exchange information and develop professional or social contacts.
Super important in both personal and professional settings.
Indeed. So those were our two preview words, and now we are ready to listen to the dialogue for the first time. This dialogue will be at normal speed. It will be fast, but don't worry if you don't understand everything. By the end of this episode, you'll understand everything in this lesson.
So, are you ready for the party?
Yep, I think so. I brought some icebreaker questions and my best networking smile.
Did you remember the business cards?
Got them right here.
Are you sure we're not forgetting anything?
I'm sure we've got all our bases covered.
Well, let's get going then. I love social events.
Do you think we can sneak out early if it gets awkward?
But we've only just arrived.
I know, but I'm already planning my escape route.
Emma, you crack me up.
Hey, you've got to be prepared for everything.
All right, let's go charm some people.
Social butterfly mode, activated. Great, so now it's time for our language takeaway. We have 3 words for our language takeaway today.
Language takeaway.
The first word is icebreaker.
Icebreaker, icebreaker, icebreaker.
An icebreaker is something that helps break the initial awkwardness in social situations, like a joke or a fun fact.
Right, they're great for making everyone feel more comfortable.
Our second language takeaway word for today is networking.
Networking, networking, networking.
Networking means interacting with others to exchange information and develop social or professional connections.
Essential for both personal growth and career advancement.
And our last language takeaway today is social butterfly.
Social butterfly, social butterfly, social butterfly.
A social butterfly is someone who is very social and enjoys interacting with people.
Like Emma, at least when she's not planning her escape route.
Hey, I have my moments.
So now it's time for putting it together. We have 2 great phrases for you today.
Let's take a look at the first one. We've got all our bases covered.
We've got all our bases covered. We've got all our bases covered.
This means that we are fully prepared and have everything we need.
You can use this in many situations, like making sure you have everything before a trip or a project.
Exactly. Let's look at our second phrase. Let's get going.
Let's get going. Let's get going. Let's get going.
This just means let's start or let's leave.
You can use it in different contexts, like starting an activity or leaving for an event.
And now let's listen to the dialogue one more time, but this time it'll be a little bit slower and you'll understand much better.
So are you ready for the party?
Yep, I think so. I brought some icebreaker questions and my best networking smile.
Did you remember the business cards?
Got them right here.
Are you sure we're not forgetting anything?
I'm sure we've got all our bases covered.
Well, let's get going then. I love social events.
Do you think we can sneak out early if it gets awkward?
But we've only just arrived.
I know, but I'm already planning my escape route.
Emma, you crack me up.
Hey, you've got to be prepared for everything.
All right, let's go charm some people.
Social butterfly mode activated. Now it's time to look at Fluency Builder. Bailey, why don't you explain what Fluency Builder is?
In Fluency Builder, we give you some great useful phrases to help you express your ideas clearly.
Great, so let's look at Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
We all know how to ask the question, are we ready to go?
You can say, can we go now, or are we ready to go?
Exactly. But there's another way to say this, as we heard in our dialogue. Let's listen.
So, are you ready for the party?
Another simple phrase we all know how to say is, it is ready.
It is ready. It is prepared. It is ready.
These examples are fine, but there's another way to say this that sounds much more fluent.
Yep, it's all set.
Yep, it's all set. It's all set.
That sounds much better.
And we're all set to listen to this dialogue for a third time. And this time it's going to be at normal speed.
So are you ready for the party?
Yep, I think so. I brought some icebreaker questions and my best networking smile.
Did you remember the business cards?
Got them right here.
Are you sure we're not forgetting anything?
I'm sure we've got all our bases covered.
Well, let's get going then. I love social events.
Do you think we can sneak out early if it gets awkward?
But we've only just arrived.
I know, but I'm already planning my escape route.
Emma, you crack me up.
Hey, you've got to be prepared for everything.
All right, let's go charm some people.
Social butterfly mode activated.
So, Emma, do you have any funny stories about social events?
Oh, plenty. One time I tried to network at a party but ended up talking to a houseplant for 10 minutes before realizing it wasn't a person.
That's hilarious. And you, our listeners, do you have any funny or awkward social event stories? Share them with us on our website or social media.
Yes, we love hearing from you. And remember, social interactions can be fun, even when they don't go as planned.
Absolutely. And it's important to practice these social skills. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes.
Speaking of practice, let's talk about some practical tips for improving your social skills.
Tip number 1. Always have a few icebreaker questions ready. It can be something simple like, what's the best movie you've seen recently? Or do you have any exciting plans for the weekend?
That's a great tip, Bailey. Tip number 2, active listening. Show genuine interest in what the other person is saying. Nod, smile, and ask follow-up questions.
Yes, being a good listener can make a huge difference. Tip number 3, body language. Stand or sit up straight, make eye contact, and smile. These small gestures can make you appear more confident and approachable.
Definitely. And tip number 4, practice makes perfect. The more you put yourself out there, the better you'll get at handling social situations.
Exactly. So don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Try attending social events, joining clubs or groups, or even starting conversations with new people.
And remember, everyone has awkward moments. It's all part of the learning process.
Right. So keep practicing and don't be too hard on yourself.
And with that, we hope you feel more confident about your social skills.
And that's all the time we have for today.
But before we go, we have a little homework for you. This week, we challenge you to use the phrases and tips from today's lesson. Try to initiate a conversation with someone new, use an icebreaker, or practice active listening.
And share your experiences with us on our YouTube channel or social media. We would love to hear how it goes.
Also, if you have any questions or need more practice, listen to this episode again. Repetition is key to mastering new skills.
That's right. The more you listen and practice, the more confident you'll become.
Thanks for joining us today. Be sure to visit our YouTube channel for more resources and to leave all your questions and comments.
Thanks for listening, and until next time, goodbye.
Goodbye!
Remember, everyone, practice makes perfect. Listen to this episode again to reinforce what you've learned.
Absolutely. Have a great day and happy socializing.